discipline, mental fortitude, and above all, brute strength. But these are not things about the abilities of women. Stay for how women are making inroads into the military. Also in this edition, First Lady Rebecca Ekufuado has vowed to end child marriages by pushing for girl retention in schools. And on the international front, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un invites Donald Trump to meet him, an unprecedented overture which the U.S. leader has said he will accept. We have details of these and many other stories coming up in a bit. Stay with us. Remember, this broadcast is coming to you live from our Platinum High studios here at Northridge in Accra. Welcome to the program. This is GHToday News on GH1 Television. My name is Ridwan Karim Dini Osman. Members of the Works and Housing Committee of Parliament Thursday toured some flood-prone areas in the capital. Now, the move is to assess the readiness of the city against flooding as the rains set in.
Major drains inspected at the Paloma section of Nima, Odona, Adabraka, South Kaneshin Toyota Showroom, Kaneshin Accra Academy, and Sakaman. The first stop at Paloma generated heated exchanges among the committee members and city authorities. A statement by ranking member for the committee, Samson Ahi, that government isn't ready to release the needed funds for the reconstruction of the dilapidated drain was heavily challenged by Metro NADMO director Henry Plange.
This is a continuation of what we started in 2016.
What?
No, behind you.
This one.
We started the construction.
It's a new thing.
Please. We started it in 2016. I could see that the workers are on site because they heard that we were coming.
No.
Look at us. What we need is concrete drainage system.
However, at Odona, the story was different. Workers were on site, busily working on the drains in an attempt to minimize flooding during downpour. At South Kaneshin, which constantly sees flooding at the least rain, the technical team called for a total reconstruction of the drainage system. In the interim, however, the silting of the drains is underway. The Accra Academy drainage is also under construction. Director of Drainage Maintenance at the AMA, Graham Saba, told GH1 News completion of the project will end the perennial flooding at the Kaneshi First Light Enclave.
Able to complete this drain, the flooding at First Light, at least we'll have a relief from that one. We will not be facing problems there again. And also the silt at South Kaneshi drain, that is the one after Bechebilante too. The silt level will reduce.
The tour finally ended at Sakaman. Speaking to GH1 News after the tour, ranking member for the committee, Samson Ahi, maintained government has not shown enough commitment to solve the perennial flooding situation in Accra. The Bodi MP charged the president and his finance minister to tour the flood-prone areas to get first-hand information about the precarious nature of the situation. This, he believed, would convince them to make funds available to avert any future calamity as the rain set in.
I think that the finance minister should undertake a tour of all the flood-prone areas so that he will become conversant with what is going on.
Chairman for the committee, Nana Mwakon, is however confident needed funds will be made available to address the situation. He told GH1 News a lot has been done to avert flooding in the city when the rains come in.
We are talking to the World Bank, and then we know how much money that we need to do this construction. But so far, the construction that is going on, we are able to secure about 100 million after that. That's a short-term, prognosis that so far we're going to solve them. I think the government is doing its best to make sure this problem is resolved once and for all.
The condemned section or special block of Ghana's largest detention facility, the Dunkwa Prisons, will soon undergo massive renovation as the Dunkwa Institute is seeking to immortalize the legacies of Dr. Joseph Boakye Dunkwa, who died at the prison some 53 years ago. The Political Ideological Institute believes the project, if fully realized, will not only enhance the country's political history, but could also serve as a tourist attraction to boost revenue generation in the tourism sector. The late Dr. J.B. Dunkwa was arrested and detained on the 8th of January 1964 at the Dunkwa Prisons and later lodged in the condemned section in cell number 9 on the upper landing. According to historians, the life of Dr. Dunkwa in the cells could be likened to that of a condemned prisoner awaiting execution. J.B., however, could not survive the ordeal and died on the 4th of February 1965. A visit by the Dunkwa Institute to the Dunkwa medium security prisons as part of its 10th anniversary revealed deplorable state of inmates and the death place of the late Ghanaian statesman.
When I entered the cell number 9, I felt so sad. So and looking at a cell that took one person, now 4 people find themselves in that particular room. And for me, we are thinking about what we can do as an institute.
The institute has therefore committed to renovating the special block of the Dunkwa Prisons and also monumentalize the cell where JB died.
We are thinking about, if possible, making that place even a tourist attraction. Because J.B. Dunkwa was a huge figure. He was an extraordinary Ghanaian, a patriot, a nationalist. And we can even use where he was confined to death as a means of letting people come and know the form of tourist attraction. We are talking about how to make the place beautiful. That is something I'm taking back to the leadership of the institute to see how we can help make the place look better.
The Dunkwa Institute, in the meantime, has presented to inmates assorted food items and toiletries valued at 20,000 cedis. Authorities at Dunkwa Prisons are meanwhile appealing to Ghanaians to provide them with food items as the facility's food stock is running low. First Lady Rebecca Akufo-Addo is unhappy with the status of girls in the country and has given her strongest indication yet to end child marriage by pushing for the retention of girls in schools. As the world celebrates women with a call to press for progress, Rebecca Akufo-Addo says keeping girls in school is the only antidote to ending child marriage.
The First Lady was at an event to celebrate women. Rebecca Akufo-Addo was in the company of Samira Bawumia, wife of the Vice President's former First Ladies, Fulera Liman and Nana Konedu Ajiman Rawlings, Hajia Alima Mahama, and Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Charlotte Osei, female justices of the Superior Courts of Judicature, Queen Mothers, female members of Diplomatic Corps in Ghana, market women, and female industry players were all present to be celebrated for their different roles towards Ghana's developmental efforts.
Last year we met here with the theme, Be Bold for Change. At that event, we all pledged to take bold initiatives to ensure gender parity. I am happy to report that my charity, the Rebecca Foundation, has started a women's empowerment program called Telema, because, as we are aware, improving women's economic status ensures that we bridge the gender gap. So far, we have equipped 200 women in the eastern and northern regions with skills to improve their businesses and their family income.
The women also discussed policy guidelines that can be introduced to help deal with the issues of child marriages and retention of the girl child in school.
2015, we had 10 to 14 girls, 10 years to 14 years, 5 of them being pregnant. 2016, it came down to 4, and 2017, we had 3. That means it's coming down. But 15 to 19 years, there are about 598, and that's not even their first child. Some are having the second and then third child, 15 to 19.
Let's still stay on issues regarding women, and the Ghana Armed Forces says it is determined to change the narrative that they are male-dominated. There are some very qualified and determined women who have found their way into this strength-required field, and we were honored to have a rare access to one of them at the 4th Infantry Battalion in Kumasi. Mary Kaokumi is not only good for parades, she handles one of the hardest units as well.
Gender parity and gender mainstreaming appears to have assumed a very important pedestal across the world, breaking the glass ceils for women to attain their full potentials. Even so, till now, it looks out of the ordinary to find females in some professions which come across as requiring masculinity and some extra zeal to occupy. One of such professions is the military, once ascribed by brave and well-statured men with the ability to do the unthinkable. But it appears the trend has changed pretty much, with women at the very forefront of military activities within the Ghana Armed Forces.
It's something I've always wanted to do, and it's adventure too. I wanted to do something daring. And then this is one of the professions, like you said, that was considered male-dominated. So yes, to do something that is supposedly male-dominated, then I had to go in for the military. And then the interest, so if you have the interest, it makes it easier.
Second Lieutenant Mary Kaokumi is on regimental training at the 4th Infantry Battalion in Kumasi and commander of this anti-arms robbery operation, Calm Life Contingent, performing a silent drill. She tells GH1 News entering the military and rising through the ranks as a female requires some mental fortitude to operate just like any other man would.
In the military, there's nothing like women and then men. We all do the same thing. If it comes to training, we do the same. Physical training, we do the same. Weapons, that's why you have women who are on weapons. We have women who are drivers. We have women who even drive some of these vehicles. So it's right from day one. When you get into training, you know that there's nothing for men and then women.
She revealed that she still receives surprise looks from the public when they see her all jacked up in her uniform and wielding lethal weapons. Second in command of the 4th Infantry Battalion, Major Emmanuel Sosu tells GH1 News female empowerment is top on the agenda of the military, with setting quotas allotted for women to be enlisted and pushed up to the top.
The presence of women in our midst testifies to that. I know now, as far as even recruitment into the armed forces is concerned, there's a quota that is given to the female that will be trained by the armed forces.
For the men who find it a dangerous endeavor approaching women in the military, Second Lieutenant Mary Kaokumi thinks otherwise. She says you can approach just like you would make attempts at any other woman.
I'm a normal person again, but still with a military discipline. If you want to approach, you approach. If you are too fearful, you stay back.
From all indications, it appears the military is doing its bit to encourage women into that hard-lined profession.
Indeed, in the chest of a woman is not only an extension of the breast and a feeble heart, but a flaming desire to possess and use power. And that quote is from Efo Kojoma. And that story really reminds me of that quote. But let's talk more on women and the desire of every Ghanaian growing girl is to become a nurse, teacher, doctor and the like. Now some also want to go into a vocation, but not 27-year-old Mavis Ananiapia. Her dream was to coach a football team, and here is her story as told by Michael Infum, our Bono Ahafo regional correspondent, when he visited her at training.
Coach Mavis Ananiapia is a graduate of the University of Education, Winneba. Her dream, even as a little girl, was to be a football coach, and she is living it. Mavis presently coaches DC United, a Division II football club based in Sunyane in the Bono Ahafo regional capital. As the only female coach in the Bono Ahafo region, she defied all odds just to take charge of the team 2 years ago. Her training starts at 6 a.m. with motivational message followed up with drills to put them in the right mood to the day's tasks. She tells GH1 TV what motivated her to go into coaching and not any other profession.
33 players here now, and then you could see I'm the only coach handling this talent and then this gallant young man. So it hasn't been easy, it's been very difficult, even things to put together before coming to training, and then who to learn from. You know, you have to always make researches on your own, make things on your own. You have to create things on your own. But if I think I had someone who I would always learn from, I think it would have been a little more stress than this.
She also reveals some of her challenges coaching a male team and her dreams for the future.
The difficult aspect is when you go to the remote villages to play a match, people then harasses you, people try to bully you because you are the only female among men. But what else can we do? We've been focusing, we've been staying tall just to make sure that one day we can be able to achieve and see this young talent, many playing the national team.
This is the GHToday news on GH1 television with me, Ridwan Karim Dini Osman. As part of paying back to society on her birthday, GH1 TV news anchor Sewa Amehie donated a cash amount of 5,000 cedis to the desk's appeal for pupils in the Dunkwa Primary School. Now, children in that community in the Upper East region have to lie on their stomachs to study because they have no desks. Actress and TV personality Yvonne Okoro also sent in a check for 2,600 cedis to help in getting relief to the pupils.
Ever since the report on how children in the Dunkwa Primary School in the Upper East region suffered just to learn was aired, many people have been touched by the plight of the children, donating different amounts to help in getting desks for the pupils. Actress and TV personality Yvonne Okoro has reached out with a check for 2,600 cedis to assist in getting desks for the pupils. Presenting the check, she called on other people to help in giving back to society.
Think that anybody that wants to help, even if you want to give out one desk, you have half a desk, as in the money. You know, if you bring, let's say, 100 Ghana cedis or 60 Ghana cedis, another person brings 60 Ghana cedis, that's one desk for them. So for me, anybody that can help, it's just a way of showing that we're also doing something, and as we are doing something, we are hoping that we can inspire others, you know, to also reach out and help these kids. If you're privileged enough to have sat on a desk, then I think that this is the time that you should, you know, get up and do something and help others too. You know how good it is to sit on a desk.
GH1 News anchor Sewa Amehie on her birthday Thursday donated a cash amount of 5,000 Ghana cedis. Speaking in an interview after the presentation, Sewa Amehie decried neglect of children in Ghana's rural areas, especially in the northern sector, and called for concerted efforts in making life worth living in these parts of the country.
If you're out there and you are capable of helping, I mean, why not? We all need to help. These people will be our future presidents. Like the little boy said, he wants to be president. We'll never know. 10, 50 years from now, he might really be the president. So if you can help, I'm appealing to everyone to please help. It's 120 cedis for a desk, and this is money that some people spent. This is peanuts for most of our government officials. So I think they need to come on board and help these children, and it will go a long way.
And thank you very much, Sewami. I know you're watching. That was a very good move, especially on the occasion of your birthday. But let me say that our doors are still open for your widow's mite. Up next, we bring you business. And in business this morning, society demeans market women, but that does not affect our input in society. These are the words of Na De, a fish trader at the Adabraka market. She has brought meaning to her life and family as a fish trader and shares her story with Francisca Dixon Ahin.
56-year-old Nade Osabri Samwan has been selling fish at the Adabraka market for the past 32 years. She started with her mom, but finally took over the business. As a mother of 3, Nade Samwan has been able to put all her children through school, even up to the university level, with her last born presently at the KNUST studying. She looked beyond and rose above all challenges that threatened to swallow her whole. Although the economy seems bleak sometimes, it doesn't stop her from forging ahead to make life worth living. As a woman, she embraced all difficulties just to ensure the survival of her family.
Dagme waya meni ba hiyo susu ni wabuana kanyongboe alwa habu kanyongbo ni obehe no kofemo waka fon bank agbene wabi ehue bank komeba ni wofio dagbe susu wo han wabi ya school fees bona fe ni ka ahagbe ni agbelegbe na ba ya school e ka febo na agba.
Women have and continue to make immense contribution to the progress of our world. They are our heroines, pushing the boundaries every day to achieve their dreams and make life better for others as well. Today, we honor and celebrate you, Nade Osabri Samwan, as an astute woman.
Up next, we bring you international news. On the international front, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has invited Donald Trump to meet him, an unprecedented overture which the U.S. leader has said he will accept. The shock announcement was made by senior South Korean officials in Washington who passed on a letter from the North Korean leader. They said Mr. Kim had also agreed to halt nuclear and missile tests and was committed to denuclearization. It appears to be a major breakthrough after months of threats of violence. However, analysts warn that such summits are usually the result of years of careful diplomacy, so remain skeptical about what these rapidly arranged talks can achieve. Mr. Trump said the development was great progress, but that sanctions will remain in place until a firm agreement is reached. North Korea has not yet issued any official comment on the week's developments. We bring you weather. All right, that's how we draw the curtain on today's edition of GHToday News on GH1 Television. My name is Ridwan Karim Dini Osman. The show continues right after this. Do stay.